religious freedom protection. But I'm very thankful to my colleague, Mr. Lawton, for the amendment that he's put forward to actually protect that freedom of religious expression. There are days in Ottawa when the bills we debate come and go, barely remembered by the time we leave the committee room. And then there are days like today. Days when the very soul of our country is at issue. Because what we're really dealing with right now is not a technical adjustment or a procedural tweak or a footnote in the justice system. What we're debating is whether Canadians should be free to speak from their conscience, or whether that freedom can be stripped away because a government of the day finds those beliefs uncomfortable. Today's one of those moments that will be remembered long after the politics of the day have faded. A future generation will ask us what we did when they are going to ask us what we did when the freedom to speak one's faith was put at risk. Incredibly, the Liberals in the Bloc have struck a deal to remove key safeguards in the criminal code. Safeguards that protect Canadians who speak in good faith about their religious beliefs. Safeguards the Supreme Court of Canada has already said are necessary to keep our hate speech laws constitutional. Necessary, not optional. After the amendment supported by the Liberals in the Bloc passed, we're now in a situation where key safeguards in the criminal code have been stripped away. Safeguards that protected Canadians of faith. Those protections existed for a simple reason. Because people of faith in this country hold deep, sincere beliefs about morality, about human nature, about right and wrong. And some Canadians agree with those beliefs, while others disagree. But in a free society, we debate ideas. We don't jail people for them. With the earlier amendment now adopted, the risk is real that people could be investigated and prosecuted, even face up to 2 years in prison, for simply quoting a verse from the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Guru Granth Sahib, the Vedas, or the teachings of Buddha. In other words, quoting the very scriptures that shaped their lives. Mr. Chair, this is not the Canada our grandparents built. This is not the Canada my family came to from the Netherlands after World War II, or the Canada generations of immigrants chose as their home because this country promised something rare in the world, freedom of conscience and freedom from religious violence. That's why Mr. Lawton's amendment is so important. His proposal would add a new subsection 6.1, making it clear that nothing in this section is to be interpreted or applied so as to interfere with the freedom of expression or the freedom of religion. Let's put a clear statutory road sign in front of prosecutors, judges, and police. When you apply this section, you must not trample freedom of expression and freedom of religion. It's a line in the sand that says, on the face of the law itself, that these charter rights still matter. Now, the Bloc and the Liberals have justified their earlier amendment by pointing to the case of the Montreal imam. In 2023, he prayed for the extermination of Jews. What he said was vile, anti-Semitic, and hateful. And it was already illegal. There's no religious defense for advocating genocide. And there is no religious defense for public incitement of hatred. The authorities could have charged him, should have charged him, and they failed to enforce the law. And that failure is now being used as an excuse to criminalize.
They probably did it on purpose.
Who simply express their faith sincerely.
Just like they did, sorry to say, in Israel, that people say they let them in, they let Hamas in so they could have an excuse to exterminate mothers and kids and people that have nothing to do with violence. It's not about nationality, it's not about religion, it's about taking away people's freedom. People, like now, I'm going to be showing something on genetically modified food. See, I'm part Jewish. I don't freak out if anybody is attacked. Doesn't matter the nationality or the color of their skin or if they're from outer space. What is going on now, you're going to see it in one of the big statements in the genetically modified channel. I'm going to show it, so I'm publicizing that because that's something, again, they're taking away our rights quietly, discreetly. This is not shown on TV, what we're seeing here. We are, if I tell you, do you see any laws right now that allow for torture? I'm being tortured. I have to watch what I eat. Now it's 3 hours that I stopped drinking water that I paid for and that I had to carry, and I stopped bleeding. Maybe, I don't know if it's going to continue. I don't know if they're going to attack me with gases, because I am attacked every day by police and people. Yeah, like right now, they come in every week to exterminate. Now this guy, they kicked him out of the apartment next door, and blah blah blah, and they go in. I should even, well, but if I film, they're gonna say I'm not allowed, but they're allowed poisoning me, taking me even my freedom away, because one day maybe I could be violent. Well, they could freaking make me bleed, they could torture me, follow me, poison my food. I am telling you, what's happening in this world is disgusting, people. Canada has become, like they show here. I showed it in the other one. Hell on earth. It is hell on earth. I don't know of, but even all the world is going bad. But it's gonna end. The sad part is I won't be around to see it. That it's gonna change into something more loving, because God doesn't want this. Not anymore, because God wants to experiment with violence too, because God wants to experience everything. God doesn't see good and bad like us. He's not attached to it. He doesn't give it importance. That's the trouble on the planet, that people think that only by intimidating and hurting people and controlling people that we're special. You're not special if you could hurt people or commit genocide or torture people secretly, police. It doesn't make you strong. It makes you horribly demonic, and you have to pay for things like that. It doesn't matter if these laws, you could punish people and make it look what? That you're a good person just because you write it as a law. Like she's saying, everybody is speaking out against these horrors, whether they're in the laws, the new horrific changes, or whether they're hidden like they're doing to me. They're still doing it that people know they're torturing me, but everybody's closing a blind eye to what's happening to me. People they send to bring them, told them, because they're so radioactive, or I don't know what they put in them. I was ill. But then again, for me, it's easier for them to torture me, because all it takes is a little thing, and I'm sensitive to the environment. So, but I don't know if it's only genetic things. I don't know, but to poison me wherever I live or travel in an habitual way, other people are being put in danger too. Look at genetically modified foods. Never mind that it's illegal in Europe. Just look at your orange cola, right? Like Orange Crush. Look how it's made in Europe. Look how it's made here. In Europe, it's with real juice and with carrot coloring. In Canada, it's with chemicals and stuff like that. And in the States, too. We're similarly eating like the United States. But the laws are not exactly the same, but some are. When it comes to garbage in our food, fast foods, there's so many chemicals that are not necessary in our foods, just like to take care of insects in apartments. They kill people. They make people ill, even if they don't know they're getting worse with their health. They always have reasons to put us down. And I had to interrupt this because it's already, I just watch it yourself. This is Canadian, Canada was canceled. They always sent that I could tell where it is. So to show you, and you can blindfold me, bring me near a factory, bring me near a strong power center, and I could tell you where there's hydro, electromagnetism. I could tell where it. Oh, all right. So I just wanted to make it a little shorter. I don't know if when I'm going to upload these, I'm recording them on. I'm still not feeling well. I figured out at least that intense bleeding and dryness of mouth was coming from the water I bought. Maybe there is I don't know what they're doing, but they're making me ill. Now every time I hear a voice, because the guy doesn't even speak next door, I know that they're always doing something almost every day almost every day of the week they're doing something chemicalish in this building. It's just horror story. This is like and I think they lost in court because somebody was I'm taking Apopex to court. It's like people are taking Apopex to court to put more pesticides. People are so ignorant. They think that they are going to be healthy with pesticide. It's meant to kill. I don't understand how people could be so dumb. And they're dumb it's just like hurting people. They think it's going to be healthy for their connection with the universe. I mean, you're in the universe. You can't escape it. If you do harm to others, well, that's what you're going to experience. And this is what you see. The guy that started shooting people, he died because he was shooting people and he died. And even the person that saved them, that saved other people and attacked them. So it doesn't matter there whether it was, let's say that would have been against Muslim people, the shooting, or whatever. It doesn't matter if it was
Jewish people killing Muslims, but when it's happening in Gaza, nobody talks about it anymore. No. So this is what I mean: is crime is crime. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. That's what TV is so fake. It's like saying it only matters if you're a person of color, a person of strange gender, that you need operations when you're 12 years old. There's so many things that are being pushed that are meant to make us fight and misunderstand each other. I don't agree with anything that's being sold out there. It's all lies and control and fake criminality. That's all that there is. And yes, there are people that are extreme, whether on one side or the other, leftist, rightist. And, it's like Charlie Kirk. I didn't agree with him because he was extreme on gender. But the thing is, he said so many things, he was at least honest, and I should have listened to him. It's not that I regret not listening to his shows or whatever. But he got killed. Why? Because just like me, when you speak your mind, you're not allowed having opinions, especially if they're different from the government. It doesn't matter if they're different from Jewish people, because I'm Jewish. Does it matter? Does it protect me? I'm not totally Jewish, but it doesn't matter the percentage. What are we, like? And this is what I mean. I'm being attacked with my genetics, I think partially. And it's just a horror story, my life. My life is a horror story. And sometimes I say, even though I hate the Holocaust and that my mom almost got killed on those trains to Auschwitz, but sometimes I say, if my mom would have been would have died, I would have never been born, and maybe I wouldn't have gone through this torture. But that's a weird materialistic kind of doom and gloom type of thinking, because I would have been somewhere else. It's just saying that, like, sometimes when I'm not, because the pain is horrible what they're doing. Imagine knowing you have a whole city, not only police and all their helpers and secret police, but they pay people that are also that are in stores, that are in community centers, and they also paid all the organizations and lawyers to, like, meaning is that they have overreach even beyond law. You think when you see police being brought to court on TV, that's already admitted by the police, because they have to show some accountability. Because if not, I would be called by all the radio stations, all the news stations that say, hey, Warlock Superman. How come that's not happening? How many videos that I put? There's almost like over 300 now. There used to be almost 1,000 videos, all with video evidence, almost 90% proving that there should be at least an investigation. Me being put on a polygraph on a podcast on YouTube, that would have been good. Because why would I lie about this? About the housing that helps me? About the police that I called to help me? And that's why they got mad. So there is no reason why I would have one word bad to say about police or Apopex if it wasn't that I was 100% confident. Can I prove all the things I've said? No. Can I prove if it's water, if it's gases in the air, if it's trucks? But it's something making me bleed. And now I stopped drinking the water I paid for and I had to carry, not from the tap, and I'm bleeding. And I stopped bleeding. And it's not normal. If it was a cold, it doesn't go away for 2 hours that you stop drinking water. And now if I drink even a little bit of that bottled water, which I threw most of it out, and I kept some just to see if somebody would analyze it one day, if they would find some. So they poisoned my water. Do you imagine? I'm not accusing. I'm confirming that I'm 100 trillion% confident. But it's done with CRISPR. It's done with a way that obviously they don't want to look guilty. It's not that, but it tastes like sand. I feel like making somebody taste that water. It's like there's sand inside that water. It's disgusting. Why are they able to do this? Police, you're listening to me, because I see the little pilot light at the corner of the screen here, on top over here where my nail is. There's a little green light, and it's not there when in other situations. So I don't know why they're allowed doing this. Now I further have to see if they're exterminating today, even though it's close to Christmas, just for a gift, a Christmas gift, make somebody. I don't know. They never stop. They never stop doing criminal, evil things. Good vibes. Like, share, subscribe. Leave something in the comments for Christmas. Namaste.